Okay, Kendra, now we're going to take a look at your underwater view of your butterfly. And as we move forward, good head position, by the way. I really like the where your eyes are looking directly at the bottom of the pool. So this is perfect in terms of the viewpoint, and that really keeps the hips up really nice and high towards the surface of the water. So in that way, you're creating a streamline effect as you're moving through the water, and it all starts with the head position. As you go to enter, we could tell on the above view, your elbows are in the water and your hands and wrists are out of the water. So kind of a very interesting position to be in. I would like to see your elbows and hands entering closer to one another as far as the same time into the water. As you're coming forward in this view here, you can see how you're creating, the dynamics of the butterfly as far as creating that triangle, that inverted triangle that we're trying to get into, where your hips are high, your hands are high, and then your back and chest are pushed down, so you create kind of a triangle, reverse triangle on the back as you're creating the butterfly. So you have that, and that looks very good. And then as you come back, we can just see here, this is a great view. At this point here, you're pressing down. So you're pressing the arms down, you drop the elbows, and you can just see how flat the forearms are. So your energy from your hands is pushing almost straight down at this point, and is giving you motion to go up. So we saw from the above view that you were lifting your head a little too high on the breath, and you can tell here this position that your arms in is putting you in that position where you're pressing up with your energy. Okay, and what we want to have happen is those arms go down to those elbows there, and then we want the forearm to be a little more vertical rather than horizontal on both sides. So you go to the elbow here, and then the hand should be lower, and the forearms should be pressed more vertical. So then your energy is pushing a little bit more back behind you, and also forward and up. And then the energy is sending you forward and up rather than sending you straight up. Okay, so this is a change in the position you want to have those arms as you're pressing out. And I think that'll clear some of these air bubbles off your hands as well, your hands and arms. You can see a lot of air that you're taking from the surface all the way down into the catch. So then you're in the catch position here. Hands come relatively underneath the body. We'll see a little bit more on the front view how close that is. It still looks like it's, as your hands are sliding back, it still looks like they're probably at hip width or just a little wider than hip width. We want to be a little closer than that. You should almost be able to touch your thumbs. So there should be about maybe an inch between the thumbs as you're pressing through at the chest all the way down through the hips. And so that's just a little bit further apart. And then when you're looking at your hands back here, I've noticed on the above view that you started with a bent elbow. You're almost coming out of the water like a freestyler. So you have a nice high elbow from the above view. You won't see it here, but I can tell it's happening. And then you can see it goes down into your arms and your hand comes out early. So if I take those lines off, I want the arm to be here and extend those hands further down the leg as you go to exit the water. And we can just tell as we go in the next clip that the hands slide up and out of the water just a little early. So throws off timing a little bit, may contribute to you flinging the hands a little bit in your stroke. But again, eyes and the body line is really good. The hips really high. That's all really good. Kick, you're doing a pretty good job of bending those knees and getting some power out of your kick. And we can tell right here, this is a good kick position here. So I do like how much knee bend or flex you have here into those feet and ankles. So that's a pretty good viewpoint of delivering your kick with power. You can see it in your legs right there. Again, hands sliding out early, driving down into that kick. And you can just see on the second kick, though, we could get just a little bit, the legs are a lot straighter into this kick. So we'd want just a little more knee bend into that kick, and that will give you a little more power throughout the kick phase. We're going to watch those arms again as you pull in here. You can see this is a good body angle. Again, we can take a look at that reverse triangle, if you will. But you can see up to your hips, and then if we drew this line, you'd have that reverse triangle. We look for that, but then we look how your arms come from that into the catch, and you can just see as you're here, look at how flat the forearms are. And as you're here, it should go down in this elbow, and then the hand should be deeper into that catch. So I should see more of this angle with the hands, so that the energy, again, your energy is pushing this head straight up out of the water. And I would like to see this other forearm position, which would push you a little bit more forward and up, and on a flatter angle, which is faster. You're going to travel much faster on that angle and use less energy to do it. So then as you come forward, you can just see, again, look how early those fingertips are coming out of the water. The hands are being pulled up by the elbows, so you're finishing the stroke right here. I would like to see your hands make it all the way down mid-thigh. So that would be a longer pull and a more powerful pull. And we want to, and I think it would help you come out of the water and keep those arms straighter and really low to the water instead of pulling them up high from the elbows. You do that on freestyle, and that's perfect for freestyle, but butterfly, that's really not the case. And then as we come into the turn, I'm going to show you another thing on the turn. So as you come into this wall, you can see how you kind of rotate to the side, and then as you're coming in, you bring your knees to the side instead of straight underneath you. So if we're looking here, you're rotated to the side, and then you're bringing your knees over to the side to come over and around. I want that body line, you still to be kind of chest down, and the knees here, or sorry about that, coming down here underneath the body, and then straight back underneath the body, so that they're not out to the side, rotating to the side already. So as you notice in the next flip, you're already on your side. I want those knees to come underneath the body so that you're still facing the wall, because at this point you're just slowing yourself down, turning sideways like that into the turn. Bring the knees straight underneath. It's like a backflip straight through the wall. And then as you get to this point's much better. You get up the feet on the wall, a good position, good push off depth into the push off, and great streamline right on the back of the head. Good dolphin kicks. Again, could get just a little more knee bend, get a little deeper with the kick, a little bit further down with the kick from this point here, and that would give you a little more power on the kick out. And then as you come up here, you just see, not bad, but we could get just a little more knee bend in there and get a little more ankle flexion, and that would help you move forward a little bit more. Again, we can just see how your arms are straight and the forearms are vertical. And we would want more of a horizontal, or sorry about that, more horizontal, and we want more vertical at that point, pulling ourselves forward.